my name's Susan Leopold. I'm the director of United Plant Savers, and right now we're in my home, and I have a farm here in Fauquier County, and it's the Indian Pipe Botanical Sanctuary. I've been kind of a steward of this land for nearly 20 years. Started off as an organic farmer and then kind of moved into growing herbs and raising goats and peacocks. And one of the kind of premises is when I had my organic farm, I did a CSA, and so it was just like kind of a natural progression to do kind of an herbal CSA. So I really opened the farm up because I want to be able to grow these herbs, and then I want to make sure they're used by herbalists who are going to make medicine with them. And so Teresa has been a longtime friend and herbal conspirator in plant medicine making. So yeah, I'll let you kind of take it from there.
Thank you, Susan. Yes, we've known each other that length of time, and I've seen this farm develop, and that's been a beautiful experience. And Susan grows the elderberry. I'm Teresa Boardwine, registered herbalist with the American Herbalist Guild, and I have Green Comfort School of Herbal Medicine just down the road from Susan. This particular demonstration is about the elderberry syrup. And so Susan harvested fresh elderberries and put them in the freezer. And that's a great way to preserve. And when you've got such a ripe, valuable harvest, you want to gather them and prepare them as soon as you can, or dry them. And to be able to use the fresh, it has a lot of water in it. And it lends itself to an infusion or decoction or syrup, a water extraction process. And that's going to be what we do today. We're going to put the berries in a pot and pour water over them and condense it to half. And that condensing is what's going to concentrate the phytochemicals, the pigment, and both have anthocyanidins. So that's the blue, black, purple pigments that are so good for our cardiovascular system, every blood vessel. And one of the things you want to make sure of when you're using fresh elder is not to use too much stem.
I often wonder, I don't really know what the commercial process is to get to this point, how they dry it and destem it. They may freeze it and then destem it and then dry it. And it's pretty interesting. In European tradition, it's really the elderflowers that are used medicinally. And then in American tradition, it's more of the berries.
We've condensed the elderberry to make syrup, and I'm straining out just a portion that I may finish up the syrup. Typically when I'm straining, I'm going to get as much juice out of this as possible and press it. For the pressing, you can use cheesecloth and pick it up and press it with your hand, or the back of a stainless steel implement through a nice fine sieve. You want as much berry juice as possible. That'll capture those anthocyanidins. Then to stabilize 3 cups, then that's what we're aiming for, is to make a quart right now. So we have our 3 cups. We're going to use a half a cup of honey. And actually my goldenrod honey had solidified, so I re-liquefied it. And this is going to change the color slightly, which doesn't always happen. But in this case, I've got the warmed honey. Not boiled, just slightly warmed. That's a preservative. It sweetens the berry decoction. Right now it's just a decoction. And to stabilize a syrup, other than refrigeration, it's wonderful to add brandy. And brandy is sweet and has a very nice aroma, and it's a preservative. And per 3 cups, I add a cup. And this will be part of the preservation, stabilizing factor for the syrup. We've bottled our elderberry syrup, and it's really important to label what you have in the bottle. Even small batch handcrafted products, if you're going to sell it, there's certain requirements. Or even to gift it to someone, you want them to know what the ingredients are. And in this case, we have fresh elderberry, water, honey, and brandy. And those are our ingredients. I'll write on the label and then write elderberry syrup. It's an 8-ounce bottle. That's a requirement. I'm putting the date that it was finalized so that anyone that might get this bottle of elderberry syrup will know it's shelf life stable for a month to 2 months. And refrigerated, it may last longer. I also tend to write how I would take it, 1 tablespoon per dose, and as needed is enough information, because it may be that a virus is lurking about, people are getting sick, and that's when I start to doctor myself. I start taking elderberry when others around me are getting sick with viruses. So elderberries, water, brandy, honey.